Oh, right. That's a bit loud, isn't it? Let's have a look. Ooh, jeepers. Okay, hello. Beautiful. There we go. Should be some sound there, I think. Would there be? Better. Okay, Camden, thank you very much. Is the sound loud enough that you can hear me, or am I quite low? Because if I'm quite low, I can raise shit. Look at that. Get this up the right. It's better, yes. There we go. So, all I'm doing right now is broadcasting to test the broadcast quality. So Camden, you're my man. I need you to assess if this video feed stutters or stammers, because I'm using quite an old PC here to broadcast this out, so it might not sound the best by any means. I'm sitting also in a garage, which is the DHB Studio 5.7.4, and I've got like a heat lamp thing in the corner here. That's why I'm getting this kind of orange light smashing me in the face. All finds this, Camden. Good Lord, that's wonderful. So yeah, what I thought I'd do is stick on the cameras and just sit back and have a chill kind of chat with the camera, stick on the Twitch stream, see if it was still working, because the setup here, because the PC here isn't the best, the streaming quality I didn't think would work too well. But Camden, you're saying my vocals or my sound here is okay. So that's kind of reassuring, because I'm thinking about doing some more of the DHB XS stuff. So between... Brilliant. Perfect, Camden. Thank you very much. Between shows, because obviously the shows now are somewhat more spaced out. So it's getting everyone together. I've said this 1,000 times, everyone's kind of busy now. Everyone's got other lives and shit. So we're kind of struggling to get everyone together. We can bring in some fresh blood, but I'd rather keep it the old crew for the DHB. Starting a new thing soon with some fresh blood. Keep yourself tuned for that one. But, what I'm going to do with this is just basically try and do some more XS shows that can be recorded here in the garage, which might mean bringing in local people. Like Steve's not far away, so Steve could come in here. Even on Discord, for example. I could call Steve on Discord, have the call as part of this kind of, stream if need be as well too, and it would all work fine. What my thinking is, like I said, try and do more kind of X, because I do quite enjoy just turning a microphone on and speaking pish. Rubes is there in the chat room. Sorry, you are correct. Although my little heat lamp there in the corner there is giving me a nice little glow of radiated heat, which is wonderful. And this jacket, you may pour scorn upon and say, "Hey, Fatty, why are you sitting in a cold garage with what looks like like an inflatable Michelin Man jacket?" Well, let me tell you what it is. This jacket here is probably about 20 fucking years old, roughly. And I bought this jacket many, many moons ago, back when I was bouncing. And it's the warmest flipping jacket I've ever found. I have searched high and low for manly sizes. Now, as you can see, I'm a man of some increased proportions. And finding a jacket that fits my huger badonkadonk, it can be quite tough. I found this jacket, and I think it was in Debenhams in Aberdeen, and I got a bit of a discount because it was one of those jackets they couldn't sell, because nobody's buying, giant fucking bullshit. Camden says that Rubes, I bet you smell it when he's not there. Wrapped up in this thing like a bloody, it's like a tent. She can set it up in the house when the heating's off, if you have a power cut, as a tent, keeps the whole family warm. Huge big jacket, and it absolutely, it's got, what it's got as well too, right? So it has fancy survival features. Not only does it have like a goose down feathery interior, so you're going to be cozy and warm, but it also has allegedly, there's a block here on my, which you can't see unless you're watching the live feed, a block here on my arm, which is allegedly some kind of tracking device. Now, how would they know to track me? So if I go for a walk, say in the hills, not going to happen because I'm lazy and fat. But if I went for a walk, say for example, into the Barra Hill, and down I went, oh, woe's me, my knees exploded, I'm in bits, help me, and I'm down in the ground. Seemingly this thing on my arm here can be tracked, but how would they know I'm wearing a tracking thing? I've alerted nobody knows about it. Is it one of these things you have to break in half to? Camden says, you walking. I will get to that, Camden, right? The whole walking carry on I've had. So yeah, how are they going to know that this thing is, designed to, be tracked? on the zip, there is a handy compass. I know where north is all the time. However, as I get older, my eyes are a little bit less reliable. And as you can see, if you're in the feed here, I don't know if you can see this tiny little round compass. I can't even see fucking north, south, east, and west of this thing without glasses. So that's going to be a struggle. But otherwise, this jacket is magnificent. Like, it is probably about, I think it's about 2 or 3 degrees outside from what I can gather. In fact, no, it's 0 degrees seemingly according to the computer here. 0 degrees outside. The only heating in this garage is that heat lamp that's giving me all the light to my face right now. That's the only heating source we have in here. So this jacket, I'm as snug as a bug in a rug. I was so cozy, in fact, I even took my woolly hat off because I'm like, you know what? Don't even need that. Don't even need that shit. Cozy. So, yeah, this is the plan. The computer out here isn't running the best. However, I think I've solved one of the issues. The CPU out here was getting rammed out by some stupid Microsoft process that it doesn't need to use. I've managed to kill it. I've killed it and it's working better. So it seems I can stream, but very delicately so. I can stream this one camera. I couldn't stream any game footage, for example, or I couldn't do any like let's play bullshit because I can't. This PC would explode. But for this, it seems to be working fine, which is exciting. And if you said there, like the sound in the video is matching up, that is delightful. Camden says, am I hiding from the wains of the wifey? Absolutely not. But sometimes you just like to sit somewhere where you can be a bit louder and speak shite. However, the problem is directly above my head is my son's bedroom. So if I'm too loud, I'm going to wake him up. He's going to get the willies, not the bad touch by your uncle, but he's going to get the willies. He's going to think there's a ghostie downstairs because he'll hear voices, and he's a very delicate little soul too as well. So we have to be very careful how loud I'm going to be, hence why I've got the microphone boosted. I've got like a preamp plugged into this thing. It's boosted, so I don't have to speak too loudly, and you guys can hear me perfectly fine, which is wonderful. Camden says, crowdfund the new equipment. Ah, man, I see that. I think the problem there is, it's because of how unreliable the show has been over the last kind of few years and how random it's been and how kind of happenstance, how kind of hit or miss it's been to get people together. I'd feel bad asking anybody for any money for this bullshit anymore. You know, it was fine when we had like a weekly show, a dedicated space, and we were all kind of, you know, game to get together and stuff. But these days, because everyone's kind of settled down now with families and we're only recording maybe once in a blue moon, it's kind of cheeky now to say, hey, listen, buy me a new PC. You know, oh God, I'd feel kind of bad about that one. So, and people aren't going to buy merchandise, you know. I thought about getting some new logos made, some new t-shirts made, but who's buying that shit anymore? There are 1,001 podcasts, probably in this street alone. Every white man's got a podcast, according to the song on the radio that my wife keeps singing. Every white man with a podcast. And what makes ours stand out above the rest? Nothing. You look at the podcast, here's where I'm demoralised, right? Here's what gets me down. You look at all these TikTokies and all the Instagram reels, you know, the racist app. You go on there and it is all these like overly produced, like, you know, fucking... What's the name again? You know, the stupid haircuts they have and the tight skinny jeans with no socks and the cabin shoes. And they're all sitting there beautifully made up with their high-tech equipment. I mean, they've all got like these microphones here, but like 10 of them. You know, I saved for ages to get this bad boy here. I had to buy it second hand. They've got like 10 of these damn things. They've got neon signs behind them. They're all well lit, studio produced. They've got a producer who's sitting there with a desk flicking the cameras and shit. You know, and they're selling merch. They're getting shit. They're pitching stuff on TikToks. What can I do? I'm in my garage. I've got a bare wall behind me. The only image you can see is this image above my head here, beside my head here, that I've had to superimpose onto the screen. You know, there's not even a thing on the wall here to show you. So yeah, I would have an absolute nerve, not only asking for merchandise sales, but also expecting anybody to listen to this bullshit anymore. But you're right. So Camden makes a good point. We are the OG. And the stuff we produce is more natural. That is a good call because we do try and keep it. That's right. This I'm getting heated now, so I'm going to sit up a little bit here. Is you make a fair point there. This is one of my bugbears about modern kind of podcasts, and let's get into it. Is one of the big bugbears I have is they're super overproduced. Like I've I subscribe to a good kind of maybe 12 or more podcasts on the regular. Not that I listen to a lot of them all the time, but I listen to majority. And they are super overproduced. Like they have been, there's no natural flow to it as well too. It's very much staged and everything is kind of pre-written and stuff. And it's just, I like it. It's good. There's a market for that clearly. You know, they make the big bucks. I don't. We don't. But I think, like you said, Camden, there, we probably, in the past certainly, we have probably connected more to folk because it's a bit more real. Like Camden says, the last episode wasn't funny, but probably connected it a lot more to the crowd for a change because there was problems. Again, this is a problem we have with the setup here is until I get it fine-tweaked and better equipment, the last show you could hear, the audio was a bit off. So mine was a bit louder than Lurch's. Didn't quite work out too well over Discord. And there are better alternatives for recording online, like online audio, that makes it a bit more even. But still working on that to get that kind of nailed down. But until then, I can't really do anything about it, sadly. So, and the problem is sometimes the show can fall flat, but sometimes it'll fire away, and sometimes the show, how can I explain it? So the DHB seems to have evolved from that kind of formulaic structure to being a bit more of a chat thing. And then there's sometimes it gets serious and sometimes it's funny and, blah, blah, blah. That's all that kind of carry on. But I think it probably does connect to people differently. However, it's getting that out there for people to see. So back before we had the big break, there was thousands upon downloads, and we still get quite a few now, but nowhere near as much as we got back in the heyday. The problem is now is how do you market this goodness out to that wider audience when you're competing against all these flashy podcasts with their neon signs and lights and everything else, and these quick like 10-second videos they're pumping out to get for the people who've got no attention span. And here we are, just a bunch of old men sitting talking about our willies or poops and talking about times we've shat the bed. Nobody wants to hear that crap anymore. Literally, that crap anymore. But I'm going to carry on because it's fun. I enjoy, like I said, just sitting here speaking crap to the camera and yapping away. So what have we been doing, or what have I been doing? Sorry, with my time these days. So between work, I want to talk about this as well to the greater, wider internet, is with the time off that I've been trying to catch up on TV shows. And there's a TV show that has been on the go since 2018, I think it came out, and kept hearing about it, people raving about it, people saying it was the best thing since sliced bread. And I always said, that's maybe not my cup of tea. I don't know, it looks good, but I don't have time to watch it. The Rubes watched it, absolutely loved it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to sit down, watch a few episodes of Yellowstone. Now, I don't know if anybody out there listening to this right now has seen Yellowstone. I'm assuming you have. It's a very, very popular show. If you haven't, I suggest you turn this podcast off right now and go and watch Yellowstone. I have fallen deeply in love with this show. This is the best show I've seen in, years. Fantastic show. I'm in love with the characters. I'm in love, Rip's the boy. He is up there. I am already planning to emulate his dress sense. That man is an absolute icon. Rip. Still can't believe he was one of the fucking police officers in Pitch Black. Were they police officers? The bounty hunters that grabbed Riddick in Pitch Black. He was one of them. Unbelievable. Brilliant character. Jimmy, wonderful. Just met probably my new favourite, or potentially my new favourite, Teeter. Teeter is like almost a female version of Billy Bob Thornton in Sling Blade. Hi there, my name's Teeter. Teeter is a woman who's a cowhand who works on the Dutton Ranch. One of the best scenes is Teeter sitting by the campfire by a very reluctant Colby who doesn't want to be, harassed by Teeter, and Teeter's like, you want to give me a back rub? Colby's like, no, I'm sorry, I'm off it. Mind if I give you a back rub? No, it's good, I'm good. Why don't you come over here and sit in Mommy's lap? She's just the best thing in the world. So if you get a chance, Yellowstone should be your new fix. It's got to a point now where I'm on to season 3, and I'm halfway through season 3, and I'm dreading the end of it, because I know it's 5 seasons, I think it is. So I'm like, I'm there. I'm getting there, and it's worrying me because when that shit ends, what do? Do I go to the spin-offs? There's 2 spin-offs, seemingly spin-off shows. Do I go to them? I've heard they're kind of mediocre at best, which kind of worries me. So yeah, and also like Camden says there in the chat there, Landman is also written by the same guy who wrote Yellowstone. I'm looking forward to trying that one too. But I need you guys out there, the DHB faithful. If you haven't seen this show, go away and watch it now. And then we're going to go on the Discord. I think the link for the Discord is on the website and it's on the chat group on Facebook. I think it's I'll link it again in the WhatsApp group. Go to the Discord and we can discuss Yellowstone, because I need people to throw things at here, to bounce ideas off. Rubes is good for this because she's seen the whole thing. She knows what I'm raving about. But yeah, I've already been away. Like I said, I need to change my style, you see, because I'm getting old now, you see. I'm getting older. I'm not old, I'm just getting older. I'm maturing like a fine whiskey. And I need to upgrade the style a little bit because I spent too long dressing like a wayward teenager, Like, I'm a man in my senior years now with a gammy knee and a grey beard. I shouldn't be wearing like slogan t-shirts and like, jogger bottoms and fancy trainers. I can't do that anymore, I'm not that cool anymore. I'm the guy that when I go to the gym, they're like, who let their fucking dad in? That kind of thing. If I go to a pub, it's the British Legion because it's cheap drinks and it's quiet. That's the phase of life I'm in right now. But I think I need to update the visuals, the look, you see. I need to get myself a bit more presentable. So I think I'm going to start emulating Rip from Yellowstone. If you haven't seen this man style, stop this podcast right now. Go away and look at Rip. He's talk about manliness, right? This man is oozing testosterone. You'd probably get an erection, be within 10 feet of the man, just purely through the testosterone mist you'd encounter being near this guy. Just absolute beast of a man. So I'm currently in the process of dropping the beef. I'm down about 7 or 8 pounds now over the last nearly 2 weeks. My knee is being seen to. I've been to the hospital. I'll get to that as well. Holy shit. I've ordered, get this right, this is cool. I haven't even told Rubes this, I think, as well too, but just watching this live, I went onto Amazon and I found the most wonderful cowboy belt you've ever seen in your life, right? It's just beautiful tan leather belt with a decal through it as well. Big old silver buckle with a Bronco's head on it. This is it even fits my fat ass. This is the bee's knees. That blue pair of jeans, dark shirt, dark jacket, man, my wife's going to be frothing at the gusset seeing me dressed in this gear. Dear me. So yeah, that's been my kind of spare time recently, has been watching Yellowstone. Rubes says, unless you won that buckle in a rodeo, you don't get to wear it. I see, but it's not that kind of buckle. It's not a rodeo buckle. It's just a cool cattleman buckle for keeping your jeans up. Looks the bee's knees. And it was quite cheap. It was a sale as well too, so I'm quite excited by that one too. So what else has been happening? Yeah, let me tell you about the knee drama. So I've told you guys before on the regular show as well too, the issues with the knee. Basically, I've lost a good portion of the cartilage in my left knee, so it's just bone on bone. It's just grinding away. And normally, if you search bone on Google, you get some pretty saucy images, because it's like two mannies penises. So bone on bone, grinding away, a lot of pain. I've been getting, end of last year, I got a steroid jab in the knee to help support it. And talks are afoot to replace part of the knee because, I need to stay manly. Because right now I'm sore whenever I walk around the place. It aches at night, it aches at day. It aches when you're kicking kids in the face. It just aches all the time. So, went today to see the orthopedic surgeon for more talks. And it looks like I'm online for a bit of surgery. So that's cool. But in the meantime, he said, look, we'll give you a second injection because obviously your first injection we gave you back in September should have lasted you for 4 months, lasted me for 3 weeks. But I said, look, okay, I'm open to a second injection. So it wasn't until I was down on the bed, jeans akimbo around the ankles, I've got the knee obviously elevated. I'm wearing my lovely tartan pants. The doctor didn't seem too impressed. And it wasn't until he was about to, in fact, he was in the middle of injecting me. You'll feel a sharp scratch in the knee. And I could feel pressure building behind my kneecap. And then suddenly it was bloody agony. And it was getting worse and worse. And I'm trying to shout at the guy, this is not going well. I'm in a lot of goddamn pain here. And it turns out, he says, yes, my colleague and I decided that we're going to give you a different drug this time. This is a thicker, it's more like a gel. So it will cause you a lot of pain going in. No pre-warning whatsoever about this very, very painful jab. This gel, what felt like used chip fat getting inserted into my leg behind the kneecap. There was nearly a tear in my eye with this whole damn procedure, but thankfully it's done. This is seemingly a gel compound that's will wear off again over time, but for now it'll keep the knee almost kind of supported. So I'll give it a try. Why not? But it's still bloody aching now. But the good thing is, we're getting seen to, the knee's going to improve, I'll get a bit more mobile, hopefully. That still won't walking around because I'm a lazy bastard and I hate walking. Walking is for simpletons and schmucks who like to go outside in the sunshine and daylight. No, not me. I like to drive places. I like to be relaxed and comfort, I like to drive to a gym, lift some weights, drive home whilst relaxing, and then continue relaxing when I get home. People who say to you, do you want to go for a walk, after your dinner? Oh, shall we go for a walk to kind of help our dinner settle? Fuck no. Why would you waste a perfectly good meal and, a potential relax time afterwards? After I've had a meal, I want to lie down and sleep for an hour. I don't want to fucking go for a walk. What do you see? Oh, look, there's a bush that we've seen 1,000 times. I know people that go for walks in local kind of like estates, and they do it almost on a daily basis. And you're like, what are you seeing new? Why do you go there? You know the whole place. You probably know every tree by fucking name. Why are you going there and trundling your ass on this walk? What benefit do you get from it? Okay, you're supposed to be healthier and it makes you feel better and the lovely fresh oxygen air and all that kind of bullshit. But you're seeing the same shit. Go to a different place. Go to a different park if need be. Maybe walk down a bypass. Maybe walk along the fucking motorway, you maniac. I'm going to go for a walk. It just, what the hell? Like, okay, I get it when you have kids, you're stuck in the house, like kids are being loud and annoying you. You go for a walk to wear these little shit bags out, and then you get them home and they sleep, or you give them the chloroform face rag and, out they go for a good 8 hours. But the people who walk around, who go for walks for pleasure, you're fucking maniacs. It's like joggers. You don't do that shit for fun. You look stupid. You're clearly fighting for your fucking life. Don't tell me that's fun, that bullshit. Fucking go for a walk, you absolute weapon. But, at least I would like to have the option would be good. The option, give me the option to go for a walk. I'm not going to take it, but I'd like the option. I'd like to be part of that, part of the talk. When your friends are getting together and saying, oh, we should go do a thing and go for a walk, and do you fancy coming? You like the invite. I love the invite, but I don't like doing the fucking thing. No, I'm sorry. It's like, so here's the thing that I was talking to my wife about today as well, and she's very, very, very well aware of this issue as well, is that I don't know if it's because of my fucking super ADHD brain, but it's always been the case where, and it probably is, because it's a classic symptom seemingly, where you love being invited to things, or you love, people saying, like, someone could say to you, hey, listen, there is a outdoor concert happening in 3 months' time, and it's got every band that you like, it's got free beer, and there's like a boob contest, and there'll be sunny, and you'll have and you'll look like Rip from Yellowstone. All the clothes are free to fit on. I'm like, fucking sign me up. I'm there. I will miss work. Give me that shit, right? I'm up for it. But then when it comes near the time and you haven't, it's left your brain. When that first plan was made, it's now left your brain within minutes, right? You've told me this thing, I've been excited about this thing, but now that I've walked away and seen a pigeon, falling out a tree, it's gone. It's now gone from my memory, it's away. So then the problem is that the event comes, and the person who's invited you to said event's like, oh yeah, listen man, next weekend, are we good to go? Everything's sorted? And you're like, I have no fucking clue what sort of what. Oh, you know, the gig with the free boobs and the beer and the whiskey and the rip from Yellowstone costumes, and that's when the panic sets in. You're like, I can't do this. I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to be around people. Okay, there's bands I want to see, but they'll be very loud. You know, do you have earplugs? Can I get a seated place, please? Is there a VIP? Is there a lazy boy I can lounge in with a beer and maybe some headphones to protect my delicate ears? I can't be around these. What if people spit in me? What if I get a cold? Right? Everything goes through your head why you can't go to this thing, and you would prefer to be on your sofa playing Fortnite with your friends, right? Or whatever. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave the house. And it's so my wife, thankfully, the Rubes is a master at this. Like if there's plans being made, if someone says, right, Scott, we're needing to do this, she's learned. I say learned. She knows herself through her own kind of majesty is to absorb the information being told to me. She will note it down with her highly autistic brain. She will then arrange all the details, all the travel and all the accommodation and all the things. It's on a calendar on the wall so no one forgets the times, the travel times, the person's name, their favourite kind of budgie. It's all on the calendar. So when it's getting near the time, I will then get intermittent reminders from my good lady wife. Are you remembering? In 3 weeks and 4 days, you have this thing here. Are you remembering in 2 weeks and 2 days, you have this thing here? Have you got this for this thing in 1 week and 5 days? It goes on like this until the actual day. I'm still going, what the fuck you on about? What thing is this all about, you see? And then it comes to the day, and you will find any excuse not to go to that thing. I don't know what it is. It's like this kind of... It's almost like you love the fact of being of being invited to the thing, but the actual act of doing the thing is absolute horror to you. So you don't want to do it, and that's completely me. And like it's horrible to say. I feel bad because I've let friends down before who've made great plans. You know, like let's do this thing and we'll go here and we'll do. Great, fucking love it. And then it comes to the day and you're like, oh shit, I am now wearing, you know, my inside pants, not my outside pants, my inside pants. You know, I'm wearing my socks are off. You know, I can't put socks back on again to go and do this thing out in wherever it's going to be. You know, do I have to put my makeup back on again? You know, do I have to look pretty for people? I mean, I can't do that shit. It's a good fucking full-time job to look this handsome. I can't arrange that when such short notice. So, I tend to bail a lot on things, which is bad. I know it's bad, but it's not through malice. It's just because my brain is like a absolute bowl of Rice Krispies, just popping away, and I need someone to stick a spoon in there and give it a stir occasionally and say, this is what needs to be done, you know, before it's popping away in my head. So yeah, that's one of the issues that I've had recently. So how have all of you been? This is going to be a very kind of short kind of what are we now? Half hour in so far. Just a very short kind of catch up XS show. I'll have this probably released on the stream tomorrow on the Tuesday on the podcast stream. And that's kind of it. That's all I kind of really wanted to say to you. I thought I'd just jump on and have a wee play with the microphones, see if everything still worked. The next XS show that I'll do, I'll probably do one again next week. I'll try and do them weekly if I can, if not more if I have free time. Certainly through the day if I have free time. And I'm going to prep some more things I can talk about. I'm going to have some clips and some sound videos and blah blah we can do. But yeah, thank you for hanging around tonight, and I hope you're all well. I hope you're all fantastic. In fact, I will catch you all on the flip side. Thank you for hanging around, you DHB lovely bastards. We are going to try and record. I spoke to the Lurch today, and we're going to try and record a show. It might be a Discord one again, but we will get the levels sorted out so you'll hear him better in this next one. Going to try and record a show maybe Wednesday or Thursday this week if all kind of goes well. But I'll keep you updated. In the meantime, don't forget to go to our website, DHB Radio. Oh, in fact, let me tell you more exciting news before we do the end fucking credits thing at the end of the show. So, many of you, of course, know that I have been writing a book. The book is written, the book is finished, the book is good to go. However, I've been waiting for the artwork to come back from the artist for the cover and the back page and the spine. That's all to be done. It is nearly done. I've had like the almost final drafts through of this thing. It's going to be days, probably tomorrow, maybe, who knows. And this is good to go. So the cover is going to be there. It's going to be, again, released through Amazon. So it'll be on the two versions. There'll be a print copy. So you'll have the big bound copy, you know, the big 6x9 style size book, or there'll be a Kindle version. So you'll have both to choose from. And eventually, depending on how well it sells, there might even be an audio version. We'll maybe get Lurch to narrate it for the fucking, for the audio version. But yeah, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks, that will be live. It'll be available. You'll hear about it obviously through the podcast and through the social medias, on the, you know, on X at DHB Radio. On, I think it's the same for Instagram. It's, you know, DHB Radio Show on Facebook, all the socials. Go to dhbradio.com, or for other details of what else I'm doing, Scott Taylor, all one word, .uk. That's the wanky authors page. It turns out that when you're an author, is you have to, or it's best to create a page about yourself, and it's wanky as hell. Go have a look at it right now and let me know what you think. It's wanky as hell. And it's just it gathers together all the different projects. So you'll see on there's links to DHB, there's links to Doghouse Dad, there's links to the previous book that I've written as well too, and this new one when it comes out, and there's links to other bits and bobs too. They're all going to go in there as well too. Once I figure out how to do the whole self-employed thing for the book selling part of it, I might need your help, Beardy Blair, and that one, because you're a man with a bit more intelligence than I have, or anybody. If you know how to set up as a sole trader, is it? Do I have to be a sole trader, or do I have to be like a limit? Who knows? A limited cunt, basically. Sole trader, limited cunt. Either one, not too sure yet. But I'll need advice. So any of you out there who knows what to do when it comes to the taxes or the fanny manny, don't do anything until you've earned £1,000, says Beardy Blair. Right. I will speak to you, Mr. Blair, probably on the Discords, and that would be great, but I need to figure it out before I release the book. So yeah, on that note, thank you for hanging around for tonight's random fucking DHB XS show. I will catch all of you guys hopefully in the next regular show, and thank you. I love you dearly, and you're great. I mean, not as great as me, but you're very close. Toodaloo.